Hello everyone, I'm Nehemiah, a software developer, and I'm building a flight booking engine using FastAPI and Next.js alongside the DevOps and so on and so forth. And right now I'm building the backend. Today I'll be building another endpoint. That will be the endpoint concerned with getting cities and airports in a particular place. And of course, I'm going to have it to be in a two-layer format. What I mean by this is that the first part will involve making a request to our cache, which is Redis, and another one will be to Amadeus. So let me go and continue building. For those who have been learning along, welcome back. And all those who have been learning, I'm sure you've got something from this series with me, as this is my first ever project I'm building using FastAPI. And those who are joining for the first time, yeah, you can go ahead and look at the other videos in the series, because this is actually day 14. So I'll go ahead and probably first show you the actual endpoints that we're going to work with from Amadeus. And Jericho, good to have you on this live stream again. It's been a while. Where have you been hiding? All right, so I want to show you a few things. I think this is what I want to show you. Let me drag it at the end. What's this? I feel like this stuff, someone, I think, I was wondering why I have certain YouTube tabs open and content I don't even watch. Then I remembered that my brother was actually on this laptop a few minutes before I came here. Interesting. Anyway, I'm just happy it's not it's not one of the laptops I use for work. Otherwise, I would be in trouble. My heart would be pumping right now, wondering. Jericho says busy making some data orchestration projects. Oh, interesting. What are you using for data orchestration? Are you a data engineer? That's cool to know. Hari Krishnan, I remember you from India. Good to have you on the call on live stream again. Let's continue learning. So I want to make use of this. Okay. Of course, now right now you know that our API is now two-layered. In other words, we have a cache and then we have Amadeus that we have interact with. So I want to build around this. Okay. So this is what we're going to be using for searching for cities. I want to bring your attention to something. Okay, let's go to Postman. When you come here and you're saying, for example, flight search, okay, let me take note of this carefully. We have origin code, okay, and destination code. These are IATA codes. Now, in the front end, okay, in the Next.js front end, a person, a user, a normal user who's not a developer like us, who knows nothing about Redis, knows nothing about Amadeus, has to search for something like London or Nairobi or India or Bengaluru or I don't know, Nairobi, Addis, anything, okay, any city, and they have to get back the result. Then under the hood, which I mean under the hood, first we capture the IATA code of the city they've selected. Okay, they don't know these codes, so the endpoint which is going to allow us to for them to type, okay, like a keyword, okay, then we return to them something. I want to show you something here which I've not been showing you before, but I've actually been studying it. This is the kind of response we're going to get. Okay, let me magnify so that you can see it better and maybe minimize here. So they'll get back the type, we shall get back the type location, the subtype, which is like, for example, an airport. It can be a city, then the name, okay, then the detailed name, the ID. But what I'm interested in is this, the IATA code, okay, and then the address. And today, by the way, there's something we've not been doing. We've not been creating the response models for our endpoints. That we think we have to do by ourselves. So what this IATA code is what we shall send to the backend, okay, when they're doing their flight search get. I hope now you understand. Jericho says I am actually a data analyst looking for opportunities, aspire to be into data engineering and data science in future. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And actually, I think by doing data orchestration, you're now moving into the realm of data engineering, where they now create those data pipelines and all that cool stuff that they work with. That's pretty cool to know. Yeah, don't give up and continue your grind. Okay, trust trust me. Excuse me. Trust me. Data engineering is one of the high-paying things. Okay, and actually, me just to let you know on something after a long time, okay, let me say a year, okay, of getting into all the space of backend and stuff. I'll transition into things like, of course, for now, I'm into like DevOps backend, but the natural thing I'm seeing for me to transition in is things like data engineering and building maybe AI pipelines and AI integration and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, it's pretty cool. So Jericho, I'll look for you, even if it is 2 years from now. Okay, so don't hide. Be very near. So this is what we want to work with. Okay, so I'll go to maybe one more thing because I wanted to name it the way they name it. Okay, so I don't know if I'm not seeing the tab for Amadeus. So Amadeus pricing. I click here. So Jericho says, yeah, that's in peak demand right now. Yeah, correct. So let's go to sign in. Okay. I don't know why it's slow, but as it loads, let's go. Okay. Looks like it has been faster. So I enter my code. If you want to hack me, this is the chance. You're too late. I've finished typing the code. Okay, log in. Let's start building the endpoint, okay, as it logs in. So it'll be an async function. Maybe very soon I'll explain to you why I'm creating async operations, okay, path operations. So I'll say airport underscore city search, okay, and here we need two things, okay. The first thing, we need to interact with caching layer, okay. After that, we can now make a, not make a call, but I can say interact with Amadeus, okay. And then of course, finally, we return a response. As simple as that, okay. So here I can say at router dot, I think this is it's get, but I'll confirm in a moment, okay. So I need to go back to the browser. Where's the browser? Here, okay. And maybe try to reset this a little bit and zoom in slightly. I want the sales service APIs. For some reason, this takes long. Then go to self-service. Why are they not showing me? I'm not regretting why I closed the other page. Is that section where I had, which showed me everything I needed? But this is not showing me what I want. So, all right, I don't need to wait for them. We can still work without them as I figure out the documentation. I think you remember sometime when we were working with this documentation, okay, would always easily find their APIs. But right now, for some reason, looks hidden, but it's okay. We can continue, okay? So here, okay, I'll say slash what? Slash cities, something like that, okay? But no, I want to name them the way they name theirs, okay? Just for consistency. So let me not give up on finding it. Let us see. Let me click on get started. Where is this thing hiding? So create an account, get your API key. This is okay. I know all this. It can't be blog. Okay. Let me, sometimes when doing a Google search is faster. Let me see, Amadeus developer docs. This can even take me to their page faster. It's crazy when you spend most of the time on things which are not even that technical. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Okay, so I can close it. This is what I was looking for, this page. Okay. And it's taking forever to load. As it loads, let us go to our code and build something. Okay. So we can start with the service. Okay. We can say Amadeus service. Okay. Dot airport airport underscore city search. Okay. And then what we need from here is simply the city. Okay. You say maybe keyword. Okay. We need the keyword you're looking for. So this keyword could be for a city. It could be for probably an airport. It could be anything. Then here I can say keyword. So this keyword will be a string. Okay. But let's annotate. Okay. I'll say annotated brackets str a string, and then I'll say this is it a query? I think can be, is it a query or body parameter? I think it's a body. Linus says, hello, welcome to the stream, Linus, and please check the spelling of airport in line 142. Thank you, Linus, for that. Let us go back and see if it has loaded. I want to name them exactly. So when you come to flights, booking, we go to airport and city search. Thank you, Linus, for that correction. So as it loads, I go back and continue. So we need to implement this function, okay? Airport and city search. I'll go to external services, flight.py, okay? And simply come to the bottom here and say define airport and city search. It takes in self because it is, of course, an instance method. And of course, the keyword is str, a string, and simply should keep it simple, return a dict, okay? But later actually I'm thinking of specifying actual types here, okay, instead of dicts. And then here we can simply do what they are doing in the example, okay? So to save time, we go to the example. Where's the example airport and city search? Minimize this and simply copy this, okay? Copy all this. And first I can simply copy all this. So this is how you can work faster. And then indent it properly like that. Then we need one more thing at the top of the file of this one here. From Amadeus import location, go back to the code, scroll to the top, paste there location. Then here we need to say, I need to remove this, okay? Remove this, minimize, come on, minimize this. Then here I can now say self.amadeus.reference data.locations.get. And what we want is the keyword will be this keyword. So instead of R, I pass the keyword, this function parameter. I see how easy it is. And then here the subtype, we shall say location.any. If you go to location, okay, and we look at the values they have, okay, you look at their location. They say a list of location types as used in searching for location. If, and this is the example they have, okay, for example, keyword being loan, subtype location.any. Here, okay, they say the subtype can be airport, city, or any. And when it is any, look at what they do. they simply concatenate airport and city using a comma. So which means here, okay, we can say the location dot airport if we want to search strictly for airports, or we can say location dot city. Okay, but for us we want to search for both, because when a client is searching in the front end and they're entering, okay, and they're typing, we don't know what they're going to type. It might be a city or it might be an airport. So that is why I'm going to go with any. Okay, so I think if you don't understand this, you can ask me and I can explain. Then here we can simply, instead of printing, we need to return. Okay, we say return response dot data. Okay, as simple as that. And of course we know the type. Okay, if I go back here and this is how the response will appear. Okay, we expect a list of type, subtype, name, detailed name, ID, self. Okay, and we're going to build a pandatic model to handle this. Okay, handle this at the end. So yeah, so actually you see that the more I've been coding, now I'm even confident to build pedantic models on my own without even having to use AI. Okay. And of course you can use AI where necessary. But since I'm learning, I'm trying to minimize that. Once I've finally, after building this project and I've finally grasped FastAPI like properly, okay? Me actually, I'll say I'm a master of FastAPI when I finish this project, okay? Because I will have gone through concepts again and again and again and again, okay? And then I'll be, yeah, I can now use AI to do certain things, okay? So yeah, I think we're done with this function. So I can come back here. And what I want to do one more check, if we go to the documentation here, okay, and see what I wanted us to see. Let's go here to the API reference. I want to see how they name their path operation, okay, and whether they take it as a query or as a request body. So I want to do the same thing. So if we go to this, are you seeing they have two? One which takes a location ID. Okay, they say returns a specific airport or cities based on its ID. Okay, for now I don't need this. Okay, I want this other one here. Okay, so if you look at this, look at the parameters. If we look at airport and city search, look at what they have. Okay, they have query, query, query. Okay, subtype is required. It's a query. Keyword is a query. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing. Let me try to expand it a little bit so that you see clearly. Subtype is required. And in our code, if we go to the service, okay, we have it here. We have keyword and subtype. They are required. Okay. Also, we have other things like country code, the page limit, the maximum number of item, page offset, the sort, okay, the view. Okay, so yeah, not really. Actually, I'm going to keep it simple. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. So they're saying the default value of items is 10. Maybe I'll leave it like that, and maybe later I can modify it. So what I'm going to do for now is to leave subtype keyword. Okay, we can add others. Okay, it won't hurt. So what I'm going to do here, go to this to the router. Okay, and name it like so. You see, reference data slash locations. Reference dash data slash locations. Okay, we're going to take, instead of passing here one type, I'm going to create types. Okay, I'm going to create a pandatic model to handle the types. So I'll go to schemas. Um, probably I should put it in flight. We need one for locations. Okay, so I'll say locations. In fact, ahead in time, I am going to have to redefine how these schemas are. Okay, I have an idea of how to consolidate this in a better way. So I'll say from pandatic import base model. And if I've confused you, if there's nothing clear, please don't hesitate to ask. Base model. I'll create a class called reference. I can call it simply, let us say airport, like that, city, search, request, okay? And it will inherit from base model. And then here, of course, I can have like the keyword. The keyword is a string. We have the subtype. If you remember, if you go to the service, we have subtype, okay, right there. Subtype, which is a string, which is sub underscore type, like that. What else can I, for now, should I just leave it like that? Because I'm thinking, what do you guys think? Should I include these others like country code, the page limit? All right, let's keep it simple, okay? Let's keep it simple. Let's have the subtype for now. Just leave it like that. Other things will be changed. Come here. Then at the top of the router file, you can say from backend dot schemas dot locations import airport city search. Because actually for the MVP, I don't need these other fields. Okay, so this will be the type here like this. Okay, and it will be query parameters. I hope you remember this, what this means. And I don't know if you guys remember what if I did something like this. I said this, and I remove these brackets, remove this other square bracket at the end, and I say equals to query. I don't know if you remember what this means. If you don't, look at the series I have on learning FastAPI live. But if you know, drop it in the chat if you remember what this means. Okay, but I'll take it back to annotated. Okay, so I'll simply put here a comma, come at the beginning and say annotated. Okay, specify the type, put another square bracket at the end. And who remembers why they say it is recommended to use annotated? I hope you do. If you've forgotten, it's okay. Okay, you can always revise the things. You can check out that playlist. So yeah, with this now we can move on. I can now say the response is equals to that, and yeah, we can simply return the response. Return response like that. Ideally, we're going to add the response model here for this one today, and yeah, I'm thinking now we should now test this. Test it and see what happens. So I think the server is still running. So I need to copy this. Go to Postman. Okay, so you see I got some success. I was able to set up Postman again. Duplicate. Just duplicate this one. And I'll rename it to airport city search. Okay, like that. I can minimize this and come here and change the URL to that. I need to remove one more quote. Excuse me. And then what I now need to do is to come here, of course, the query params, okay, and put, for example, like the keyword. Say keyword, I say, let me try to say London and see if I'm right. By the way, I've just noticed something. If you look at this type, okay, airport city search, I've put subtype as one of the things in the base model. For my endpoint, for my application, I don't think I need that. Why? Why do you think why I don't need that is because the user will always either search for an airport or city. Okay. But I think let me allow them to do that. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say from Amadeus, if you can type Amadeus, import location. Then here, I also need to import something called field. Okay. So I'll say equals to field. Okay, like this. Default. Okay, it's going to have a default value. Default equals to location dot any. Okay, that's the default, but you can change it, which means here in our service, you go to the airport city search, we need to make sure that it is actually dynamic. You get. So I can simply add here and say sub underscore type, and the type of this can be location dot, or simply location. Will it pass? What do you think if I use location as a type? Because you look at this class location, and we have here airport, and should I say location or should I say string? Guys, think. But here I'm going to change this, and I say subtype. Okay, we shall find out soon if I'm right or wrong about the type of this. So subtype like that, and then here of course we have left the default value to any, so that the client can change if they want it, if they want to change. All right, so with that, I can come here and try to send the request. And there we go. We have an internal server error. What does the internal server error say? Says Amadeus city search missing one required positional argument subtype. Wow. So why couldn't I see that? It's here. Okay, I'm supposed to. So here I can simply say request. So it's not the keyword anymore. I can say request, and then I can come here and say request is equals to request dot model dump. Okay, to get it as a dict, and here can, instead of request, I can call it request underscore body. Okay, it's the request body, and so here now we can pass each of them individually. Okay, we can pass them. You can see now from there I can say request body, we get what do we get? In fact, I can simply pass the entire request body like that. Then I deal with the unpacking here. Okay, but let us let me do this. Okay, turn this to request body. It won't hurt, okay, to make changes always on the fly as a dict. And then here we can unpack. Okay, can unpack, and we say the keyword. One thing I've learned as a software engineer is not to get attached to any code. It's a keyword is equals to request body dot get keyword like that. And then subtype, sub underscore type will be equals to request body dot get sub underscore type. Okay, if yeah, just like that. So yeah, maybe for reference, I can print it for you so that we see them in case an issue goes wrong. So I'll say request body like that, and then print the actual request body. Save, reduce this, go back to Postman, hit send. Okay, looks like it's taking some time. We have still an internal server error. Today I don't have luck like last time. Last time things were fast. So we have a bad request. It says invalid data for parameter, not part of the value enum. subtype. Okay, so the subtype is an invalid value. We need to look at what we received. If I go up, I need to see that print statement. So are you seeing this? We have keyword London, subtype airport, comma, city. So this is actually wrong. It is expecting the enum, okay, invalid data for parameter, okay. So it is expecting something like, let us go to this, okay. I said default is equals to location.any. If I change the type to location, will it pass? I want to investigate something, okay. Let's go to the bottom. I'll do this. Okay, looks like what I've just changed has also caused an issue, okay. And this is something I can actually investigate. Yeah, and actually I knew it would cause, okay. This Pydantic is complaining about, say, unknown type, okay. This is an unknown type. So let me leave it as str, but now I wanted it to have a default value. So this is what I'm going to do. When I come here, okay, here, right here, I want to build something, okay. I want to say, let me go to the values inside here, location, and I pick airport city. But wait, let me ask you something. If I'm not going to allow people to search for an airport or a city, why should I do this? So I'm thinking whether I should allow them to change this or should they not. That's where my mind is, right? To guide the next stage. But let me do this, okay? Let me do this for now. Let me say location dot n just to understand something. But if it works, then I know what to do next. Okay, so you see, it works. Okay, we get a number of what locations, and they bring. Are you seeing this? Address, city name, London, city code, loan, IATA code is that. Let me see what is down here. City name, London. So that they've brought about, I think, airports in locations within London. Okay. So you see in this one here, the city airport, detailed name, London, blah, 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 airport. Interesting. Okay, so let me cancel this, not cancel, but minimize it and go back here. Okay. So if the subtype is going to be the dynamic value, like so, okay. But then here, I want to try something, okay. I want to recognize if I say subtype equals to location dot any. If it does, then you're going to see what I'm going to do in a minute. So I'll come back here, hit send request. Let us see what comes back. Okay. So you see we still have success. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'll get the subtype. Okay. And I'll redefine it. I'll say subtype will be equals to subtype will be equals to location dot any, Okay. If subtype is equals to something like airport, I think airport, comma, city. This is how it joins it. Okay. But then this would only work for two, else location dot airport. I think this would only work for what? For if there were only two values, but then we have three values. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay. Let's make it better. I'll do this. So if subtype is equals to airport, comma city, full colon, okay, subtype will be equals to location dot airport. Okay, that's the first thing I'll do. Then I'll come here and I say, else if, no, this is location dot any. What's wrong with me? Are you seeing? I'm losing focus. Else if, now I was typing the else if of JavaScript or Java. Else if subtype is equals to city what is happening? I'm forgetting basic Python. It's equals to city, then I can say subtype equals to location dot city. Okay, so actually up here I'll remove this and say equals to airport, so that this one will be air location dot airport. Okay, and then finally I can simply say else subtype equals to location dot any. So for now, let me just get it to work. Okay, let me get it to work. Then later I can actually tweak it, okay, and change. And now we have seen the data, so we can get rid of these print statements. So subtype equals to airport, location dot airport, subtype equals to city, location dot city, location dot any. So this should work, but there's only one way to prove it. Let us hit request. Okay, that's okay. So we now need to put here the other one, say sub underscore type, and here I can call it, just say city. So this should actually not give us what we want, because remember this is lowercase. Okay, I want it to be up to check for only uppercase values. Okay, so I don't know if it was able to recognize that. Let us check for this other one. I think we got subtype airport, and it we want only cities. So this did not work because it's lowercase. So I'll go to the code and I say dot get. I'll say dot upper. Okay, dot upper like that, and also change this one to upper. Dot upper. So that which no, not this. Oh my god. I see what's wrong with me. It has to be these values, okay? This one and that one. Subtype dot upper, save, hit send. Of course, that had to fail because of this. If you look at the value here, none object has no, yeah, true, because actually it can be none, okay? So if it is none, let me just put a default value here. If it is none, I want it to be, let me just say any. Okay, just say any, like that. And I'll just convert everything here to dot. Wow, they won't allow us to do that. Let me see if now it will accept. Saying upper, will it work? Okay, we get city. Let me close this, but we're still getting airport, which is wrong. Okay, I should see subtype only for cities. So again, I need to see, I need to see the request body. Okay. So I hurried to remove the code. So request body, let us see what we're getting. Okay. Because this may not actually be there. So I'll hit send the request. So I think we're getting subtype, okay, with uppercase T. So it will always be none. So I think we understand why we got that none value. We have to change it, okay? So I'll go to my Pindatic model. Yeah, learning experience. So if I hit send again, it should now give me the proper subtype, which I expect. So it's subtype city with an underscore. Yeah, and this is good. So I can reduce this, get back to my Postman and execute this. So I don't know why it keeps saying airport. Even here, airport. I wasn't expecting the airport to come back. Probably it has a different way of working. Did I change? Did I change anything? Let me print these values, okay? Because if subtype equals to city, Daniel says we did for only one. We not do upper for city. Oh, wow. Daniel, thank you. I think I'm tired or something. Where is my mind today? I've lost attention to detail. That's why I think pair programming is good. This makes the live streams very profitable. Thank you, Daniel. By the way, I don't think I would have seen that. Maybe I would have seen it, but after like about maybe 10 minutes of having to look through my code line by line. Thank you. Thank you. Supposed to also do it for this. Okay. So let's find out. Yeah, that's how dumb we can be. Yeah. Daniel, what do you want right now? Mention while I'm still happy. I can give you anything you want right now. So you see we have city. Okay. If you open this other one, we have city. If you open this other one, we have city. Okay. Let me ask, when someone is searching, do we have to give them 10? Let me see. How many results are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. So this is also city. So if I come here and I change subtype to airport, okay, and I hit send, we should get only airports. Okay. Airport. You see, Heathrow. Who knows where Heathrow is? Ah, Daniel says job. Okay, I'll hire you. When if this startup succeeds, I'll hire you. Don't worry. But if you had said money, I was going to tell you what this as soon as this channel gets monetized, just drop a message. Man, you promised me, you owe me. I saved you in a live stream. You're going to debug for a whole hour, but I saved you. And I'm actually serious. When this thing gets monetized, there are people I have to give some money. People like Linus, even you, Daniel, and the others. Jericho, and okay. You guys, in fact, many of you I've not even met you, but now I have your names in my mind. Let's remove that. So yeah, I think this is okay. Actually, I'm not yet quite satisfied with this if else. But let me not overthink it now. But I'm sure there's a better way. I've done better logic than this, okay? And I'll show you when I'll be doing, I think, a refactor. If I refactor offline, I'll show you. So I think we are done with this service. I don't think there's anything else we can change. Of course, as the project grows, then there can be opportunities to improve depending on needs and stuff like that. But for now, I'll leave it at that. And of course, now even here, if I just to show you that the subtype thing works. If I remove it, okay, and I hit send, we should now get a mix. Okay, it's a city. If you come here, this one is an airport. So you see, it gives us both cities and airports. Excuse me. So that works. Okay, that works. And Daniel, thank you, thank you, thank you. So next step now, we need to work with our caching layer. Okay, just like we did for this cancel flight management. Okay, we need to work with the caching layer. By the way, we need to do this kind of can I call them the exception handling? Okay, so let me copy this for now. Okay, where did we do the catching? Was it in canceling? Not canceling. It was in flight. Heath, welcome to the stream. Thank you for following and learning and building with me. How is Nepal? Every time I discover people from, let me tell you something, by the way. When I began these live streams, don't laugh at me. I'm going to tell you something funny, okay? But don't laugh at me. I know it's not supposed to be obvious, but I don't know why I thought in that way, okay? When I was being in these live streams, I had in my imagination, in my mind that, okay, people who are going to be watching this are going to be from maybe like from Africa, East Africa. So when the first time I saw someone saying, "Hi, I'm so and so from Nigeria," my heart began pumping. Like, okay, now this is getting serious. But later I was like, "But you man, what's wrong with you? You should have known that as long as you're going on the internet, anybody in the world can see what you're doing." Yeah, so it humbles me that a number of people are learning with me and building along with me from Nepal and from India and several places. I hope you're doing well, Heath, and I hope you've learned something from this series. All right, let's continue. So you see, I'm going to use Redis again, like we did for our flight search. Okay, so the same thing I'm going to do here. Okay, I'm going to come here so I can remove this comment because we've already implemented the interaction with Amadeus. Or I can leave it here for now for you, so for you to see. Okay, so I can say what we want to get. I can call it. I can just call it data. Okay, data is equals to catch. Did you call it catch or Redis catch? Redis catch dot get, okay, by a key. Okay, so we're going to pass a key. Okay, why am I doing this? Because using Amadeus, okay, money is going to be spent. For those who were not here the previous time I was doing this, let me show you. Amadeus, where is there? Let me. Sometimes it's good. It is faster to Google things like Amadeus pricing. Okay, I come here and I show you. He says, I am more into JavaScript. I'm more into JavaScript stack, but it's fun exploring new things here. Oh yeah. I'm glad that you love JavaScript, but you're here with us exploring new things. And you know, like they say, we are software engineers, okay? We can work with JavaScript, we can work with Python. Yeah, literally anything. Personally, I began by the first thing I began working with was PHP. Then I went heavily into Java, and now I do Python and JavaScript. The front end, by the way, Heath, is going to be built using JavaScript and or TypeScript. So the front end is a Next.js front end. So just to show you the pricing, okay? Let me minimize this a little bit so you see. So if I check this for production environment, you'll see the fees, okay? If you go for price search, airport city search, you see it's here, airport city search. For this one, locations, okay, they'll give me 7,000. Let me go here up and show you. This is free request quota, okay? The free request quota, where is search? Where is it? I thought I had seen it somewhere. Have I missed it? Should be down here, okay? 7,000 requests, okay? This is the free quota. But after that, they're going to be charging me this number of what? I think this is pounds. per request, not that. Okay. So let us convert 0.0025 pounds. Okay. Pounds to dollar. Okay. It's about this. Okay. Not so much. But let us say people are making, maybe in a day the application has grown and people are making 100 requests. Fairly big application. Okay. This is per day. Okay. Per day. Then multiplied by 7 days a week, multiplied by 4, about $9 for only 100 requests. Okay. So if the application is big, but remember, this is not the only endpoint they are calling. There are other endpoints, okay, which are slightly more expensive, like flight offers search. I think it's kind of expensive. Offers price, create orders. I think create orders is really tight. Okay. Order management, sitemap display. Okay. It compounds. So with caching, I'm going to I'm trying to attack two things. Okay. I'm trying to attack reducing costs. Okay. So if someone searches for something which is already, okay, which is already in the cache, I retrieve it from the cache, okay, instead of making a request to Amadeus. So if I'll just say here, if there's data, okay, what I do, I simply return that data from the cache, and we don't have to hit Amadeus. There, I have saved money. The second benefit is that because the Redis cache is in memory, it is going to be faster. Okay, reading from memory is faster than going to disk. So I hope you all understand the benefits of using a cache and why I'm doing it. So to get the key, we had the method key will be equals to, I say build. So I had this method called build flight search key. Okay, but let us go to it and see what it does exactly. Okay, look at it. Okay, it's called build flight search key, but I'm thinking now of changing it into another function. Okay, excuse me, and this function should be called probably just instead of saying build flight search, you should just call build maybe Redis key. Because so what it does, it gets a key and value, and for every key and value, it picks the items, okay, and then concatenates it to create a key. So we need to change its name, okay. But for now, I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to just make a request for it to work. Then we refactor, okay, we refactor. So let me go up here and I show you, see, the key came from this request body. Okay. So I'll go back to the code, okay, and pass the request body like this, since it's a dictionary. And here, I'm going to print something. I'm going to print information. Say print, not here, but in this if statement, okay. I'll print and say, just to show you that it's actually working, okay. Response from Redis, okay, like this, okay. Then I'll here I can say response from Amadeus. Okay. So you can apply the concept is the same. You can apply it to any project you're working on. Okay. So let us go to Postman. Hit send. So you see, we get some can I call it data? Okay, a response. This is the terminal. What we're actually interested in. Okay. If I scroll, you see, we're getting a response from Amadeus. So the first time we made a request to Amadeus. Let us make a request again. Hit a request. Okay. I see it says again response from Amadeus. So something is wrong. If I hit request again, I see response from Amadeus. So key question, why are we not getting this? Is it that the implementation of build flight search key has an issue? Time to think like engineers. Okay. It's okay. Let me do this. Let me show you something. Let us start by doing this. I'll say print an f string. I'll say key will be equals to, let us say the key. say print data, okay? Because yeah, this is how we learn. So it did execute. We come here. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing the key? The key is none. I mean the data from the catch is none. But what I wanted is the key. What's wrong with me? Let me say data. Let me say key equals to key. I think today I should have just rested. Okay, should have just rested. I'm making so many mistakes. So look at this. The key equals to keyword. London keyword. Okay, then we have keyword is London. Okay, then an underscore separating them. Subtype airport city. Let us do a search. Okay, again, just to show you that it's being, we want to say the key is consistent. That's the first goal. So we see we have the keyword here, and we have another keyword here. Okay, so the key is the same. Okay, the key is the same, but the data, like we saw, is none. So what we need to do is to go to our Redis cache. Okay, go to the Redis cache. Oh my god, oh my god, I have seen the issue, guys. The Redis cache is actually okay. Who can look at this code? Look at this, guys. Look at this code. And Heath, Daniel, Linus, if you guys are still watching, Jericho, look at this code. And Hari Krishan. Is it Hari Krishan? Yes, that's the name. Look at this code, guys. I have seen the thing and I'm even laughing at myself. We are getting from Redis, okay? But there's something missing. Actually, Redis is okay. And that's why I like sometimes debugging by simply printing statements. If debugging by printing statements does not work, that's when I go and I use the editor's debugger. And in fact, I'm thinking about making a session whereby I show you how I debug by using print statements and how I debug using the editor's debugger. Look at this, guys. Think about it. Yes, Daniel, you're sharp. Now, Daniel, now seriously, I think I need to really, we need to talk about something for you, okay? Like seriously, by the way, if the thing gets monetized, Daniel, look for me. I owe you something. Yeah, but you're right. Actually, we did not set. Okay, so if the catch, okay, for the first time, okay, for the first time we shall build a key, of course, and then we shall try to get the key, but it's not there. Okay, so we shall get a response from Amadeus, but after setting it, after picking the response from Amadeus, we're supposed to set it. Okay. Yes, Daniel, after the first catch miss. So if we go up here, you see what we did? Redis.set key and response for flight search offers. It's what is missing. So supposed to come here and say Redis catch dot set. Okay. So we set the key with the response. As simple as that. Okay. And now we need to remove. I can now remove this because we know that at least the key is working. Okay. And I can save. Okay. And maybe expand this so that you see the difference. Okay. So when I hit send, you see we get a response from Amadeus. Very okay. Come back here, hit send, response from Redis. Come back, hit send again, response from Redis. And actually, do you notice that the response from Redis is faster? Look at this. it is faster, okay? It comes almost immediately, almost in real time. But if I change anything, I say maybe subtype airport and I hit send, you see, it takes some time because it is making a request to Amadeus. And actually the request is taking seconds. If we come here, you see we're now getting response from Amadeus. But after we get a response from Amadeus, we catch it. If I hit send, you see now it is faster, almost instant. Okay, response from Redis. If I change this and I uncheck this and I hit send, we still get a response from Redis. Okay, because the other one is still in the cache. It hasn't expired yet, and our cache is 5 minutes. If I come here subtype and I change it subtype to city, the Redis key will change. This is new something we're not such. You see, it takes some time, and it is in seconds. You come here, response from Amadeus. If I hit send again, you see, it's now milliseconds, almost instant. This is how the importance of Redis. Improved performance, and I'm even saving money. Is anybody confused? Is it all good? We all understand this? I'm loving this already. Okay. So now I can remove these comments. Okay. Because ideally we have achieved the goal. So remove also this. And maybe I just need to just keep a few things separate that, yeah, this is the request body. This is the key. And this is the response being handled. Then, of course, there are things that I need to improve, by the way. I've just discovered, I think like now here in this flight search, I need to do proper error handling. Okay. Proper error handling. Like if you see here in cancel flight order, okay, we need to be able to do these kind of things. Okay. So let me maybe even just put this for now. I copy this except and come here and hit have it there. Okay. Then I come here and I say try. I think actually I have to just have maybe another stream on just exception handling, okay? To redo all the endpoints properly. Because there are several edge cases, okay? Which have to be handled to return the proper exceptions to the clients. I'll say an error occurred while searching for a location. Just like that. Okay, now there's something I want us to do, okay? I want us to add a dependency, okay? That people, if you're searching for a city, you need to be logged in. Are you seeing, like, for example, here, this method here called cancel flight order management? We put a dependency on getting current user because get current user will help us to know that someone was authenticated or not. Because you cannot cancel a flight order if you're not logged in. Do you think we need to do the same for flight search? Think. Personally, I think we don't need to. Because ideally the feature of searching will be the first thing on the website. Maybe let me show you something. Okay, so Heath, if you're still here, I want to show you the front end. Okay, let me show you the front end. Maybe create another terminal, and this time I want to cd. Let me first deactivate virtual environment I don't need. Clear the screen, and I cd into /frontend. See it 2 levels out, 1 level out. Let me see. cd into frontend. Okay. Then here I can say nvm use 20. I want to use node version 20. Then I can say npm run dev. I want to show you the frontend, how it's supposed to actually work. So I'll open. So this is it. Okay. So when they'll be searching for cities, okay, you come here and you say maybe you want to go to London. Okay. Then you hit enter. Okay. You don't need to be logged in. Okay. You don't need to log in. So that is why I have this what? I'm not going to put that requirement. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like this. But of course, there are things we need to do, like what they call it, rate limiting. Okay, we shall do rate limiting very, very, very soon. Okay, tell me, how do you see this front end? How is it? Is it nice? Is it? What do you guys think about this front end? Yeah, and this is something we're going to modify actually. So soon we're going to start integrating, connecting this front end to the back end, and yeah, like I told you, from front end to back end and so on and so forth. But some of these things will actually change. Okay, and I'll show you as we continue. All right, so here is your JavaScript in action. All right, let's go back to the code. So one more thing, and then we call it a day. Okay, when you go to this, the things I forget doing, like response models, but I think we need to start doing them. I want to create a response model for this. Okay, which adheres actually to what, because what we get actually is not like this. Okay, but if you go to Postman and you expand, okay, we get a list of things. Okay, come here. You see, we get a list of data. Okay, and this format, if you look at the format, it has a type, subtype, name, detailed name, ID, self. Okay, which is it has it's like nested and several things. Okay, so let us create a type for the response. Okay, so I'm going to copy all this. Okay, and then I come here. I've really loved this catch class. I've loved it how it has worked seamlessly without us changing anything. I've really loved it. Okay. Hey, by the way, I'd forgotten something. But remind me, we need to change the name of this function. It should not be called build flight search key. In fact, let us change it now. Let us change it. Let me call it build redis. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Control Z. Go to the actual function. Okay. And change it to build. I'm going to call it build redis key, redis search key. And then here, I'll just, instead of saying flight data, because the data can be anything, okay? I'll simply say data. Then here, I say data. Here, I simply say data list, okay? Then I say data str, just to make them have variables which actually what? Makes sense, okay? I've removed flight, so that when someone is reviewing the code, yeah, it makes sense that they're getting data which is a dict, okay? And they're moving through all the items, okay, and working with the key and value and doing another join here. Instead of saying flight search, and you wonder what's happening. But instead of saying redis search, it simply should be redis key, okay, build redis key. Simple and straightforward. Then at the top here, I can simply say import build redis key. Come where everywhere I've implemented it. I think there are only two places here, okay. Call it build redis key. Actually, ideally, but this is supposed to be a different commit for refactoring. So I think using this beta, okay, this is now a better name, okay, because if you have this name, okay, you're seeing a path operation called airport city search, and you're seeing build flight search. If you're a sharp programmer, this will confuse you. You'll wonder why are we doing a flight search? So this is simply build redis key, as simple as that. Now, okay, let us go to the types, okay, to schemas. Go to schemas, locations, okay, and I'm going to paste what we copied, okay. So this is going to help us. In fact, it's going to help us to create a type, okay. I'm going to create a type called, say, class airport let's copy this. This is going to be airport city search response. Okay. And this will be base model. So today, let us go all the way. Okay. I know time is fast spent, but let me try to get done with this. Okay. Then let's copy this and come here and import, comma, that too. Okay. Then down here, okay, I'll come here and I say response model. Okay. The response model will be equals to airport city search. Wow, it's been long since we worked with response models. Since here, wow. I think also here we had at least a response model. Yeah, I think I'll need to refactor and have even here have a. I need to refactor and have response models at least everywhere. Okay. So at least because even this one is actually easier to implement. So let us come here and just to show that everything works. Okay. Hit send. Wow. So the cache has expired, and we have an internal server error. Let me kill. Let's come here. What is happening? And why is all this being printed? Okay, response validation error. No problem. This is okay. Okay. So just to show that it's working. Okay. The response validation error has failed, but that's okay. Okay. What I can come here and show you is that if I come and hit send again, okay, you see it works. Okay. So we just need to fix that. Make sure that the response defines the correct type. Okay. So this node server can be killed. I don't need it. So I'll minimize this, go back here and define it quickly. So we have a type. Okay. So let's copy. So we have a type, which is a string. We have a subtype. I need to enable AI. Okay. It will help me here very fast. This is when I need AI, by the way. But let me try to be fast. Okay. I disabled Copilot because I was telling myself you're learning, so don't use it. Detailed name, a string. So what I've created, I'll delete. Okay, let me just keep it. We have an ID. Okay, which is a string. We have self. Okay, so self, I'll just say type is self. Okay, and I need to define self having these things. Okay, I come here and I say class self. Okay, self, which is also a base model. Okay, and what will self have? If you come here, you see self has href and methods. Okay, so I'll say self has href, which is a string. Okay, and what is method? I think methods is a list of strings. Okay, so I'll come here and I say methods list of strings like that. Okay, so you see it isn't that hard to do. So I'll close this. Then we have the time zone offset is a string, comma. I'll say time zone offset a string. No need for a comma actually. Then we have the IATA code, which is also a string, IATA code string. We have geocode. So geocode is I cannot say it cannot be a string. It's also going to be like a subtype having longitude and latitude. Okay, so what I'm going to do, geocode will be of type geocode like that. Then I come here and I create that subtype. I say class geocode, which is also a base, will be a base model. And then you can have latitude as float. Okay. I guess now it's also longitude. Okay. Sometimes I just copy it so that I don't make mistakes with the keys. Float like that. Then what else do we have? We have an address. Okay. So I'll come in. So we have an address, which will be of type address. like that. Okay, copy this, come up here and say class address, okay, which will also inherit from base model. And address has a number of things, okay. See, address has a city name, and let's copy all these, okay. Copy like so. Then I come up here and paste, okay. And I need to change these correctly. So just come here and I put my cursor, press option, click, 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 try to delete. Okay, it's not doing what I wanted. So I can simply press option, select all like this, select all, select all, select all, hit enter, then put the type as str, okay. Then I need to delete the quotes. Option, option click, option click, option click, option click, option click, option click, option click. There we are. Okay. So yeah, self, geocode, address. What is missing? We have one more here, analytics. Okay. Analytics, analytics, which is analytics, analytics. If I can spell, I guess I'm just tired. Okay. Yeah, if this works out, well and good. If it doesn't, I'll call it a day and refactor it because time is way spent. This is also a base model and it has travelers. Okay. Guys, am I doing the right thing? Travelers, which has also score. So I have to come and say class score inherits from base model. I want you to see something, okay? I want you to see the effort I've put in to create this, okay? Versus using AI to create it for us very fast and just reviewing the AI code. Don't you think it would be faster to use AI to generate this? Okay. And I'm going to actually do it. So I'll copy all this, probably remove it from here. Okay. Why is it complaining? I want to copy the whole thing, okay? And remove it. Okay, let's try it out. Okay. Postman, hit send. Let us see what happens. So you see, get an internal server error. The type does not meet. If you look at, you see, FastAPI response validation error. Okay, it is the response having an error. Okay, so you see, type message input should be a valid dictionary object from fields. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so you get. I want to show you how tedious it can be to actually create a type for your base models. It's not easy, but we can let's try prompting AI, okay, to see if it can give us something accurate. So let me create a new one. I say create a fast API Pindatic base model from the following. Don't use typing module. Let us see. And tell me. So as it does that, I'm going to close all these, not close, but comment them out. Okay. Because they would need to go through each of them. So look at what it gives us. Self, if you see, self is similar to what we had. uh, it gives us geocode. Okay, gives us the address. Okay, this is the data. Okay. Location. Actually, what I need to do is this. Okay, I've discovered actually something which was missing. Okay, we're specifying a type. Okay, but it has to actually be. Can I call it like a list? Okay, it has to be a list. So I don't know that I should come here and we say list of this. Okay, list of this. Yes, Daniel. But we need to first of all check, okay, that we are right. And to do that, we shall come here and uncomment, save. Where is Postman? Hit send. Okay. So we still get the validation error. Okay. So do you think I should tell uh, AI that what I'm working with is a list? Okay. So let's do this. Let's copy this because sometimes you have to prove AI. Okay. And to prove AI, I'm going to do this. I'll come back to flights. Wait. Simply remove this. Okay. I want to copy, not copy, but send the request. So we get the information. Okay. And I'm going to copy all this. Okay. And then we tell it create a pandatic model. I'll say edit the pandatic to suit the following. I don't know if that is correct response. Spelling of suit. I want to see how it does. In fact, it's interesting. It even gave you an example. Okay. Come here to try. Okay. It has changed everything. Today's stream has been relatively long. I thought it would be short. So you see, all these are similar to what we created. What is this it's doing? Location. No, this is what I want. I'm interested in. Are you seeing this? Alias equals to self. Okay. And are you seeing that this is actually also optional? I think those are the few changes I'm only seeing. Okay. So if you give this an alias and it made this field optional, it's okay. Let's do this. Okay. It's about time we find out. I've been into the world of AI, and sometimes even experimenting with AI is pretty interesting. Let me copy again. Up to here. I guess in their usage, they have a list, okay, of that. So go here to locations, comment out, paste, okay. Copy this. No need to copy. I think I have field here. Then airport search. Where is this import statement? I simply say comma, location, go to the bottom, and then change this. Where is it? 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 Here. Response model. Wait, is this valid? I'm not sure if it's valid to do it here. Okay. But let's see. It's taking longer than usual. Is it the network? Is it Amadeus or what? Let us see if there are some logs. Okay, import cannot import. Yeah, I knew something was off. Yeah, because we commented out this. Okay, that was off. The constant loading. So look at this. It works. So turns out AI outperformed me in creating that a proper model. Okay, but what we need to find out what actually the differences are between what I did and what AI created. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Okay, copy this and come here to, because this is how we shall learn. Okay, we come here, we uncomment this. Okay, and we look at the differences. If you look at self, okay, it's self and myself. Where is myself? This one. Okay, they're the same. They're actually the same. Probably it's the naming. Okay, but even I would go with the naming of AI. Okay, so let's do elimination. Compare what AI made with what I made. So self, the naming of AI is actually better. That's a fact. Should not be uppercase, should be lowercase. So I remove mine. Okay. We take the self for AI. Okay. So I don't think I need that comment. I'll remove the comment. We go to geocode. Okay. Geocode for AI and my geocode. You see longitude, float. Again, the difference is simply the naming. Okay. They're using lowercase, which I mean camel case, which is better actually. So I'll remove mine. Okay. Remove my geocode. Next up, where are you checking? Address, city name, city code, country name, camel case. If you go to address, see all of them are camel case except the name. Okay, the name is title case. So I go up, I leave this. Okay, remove the comment. So I think I don't know what you guys say. Isn't AI can't AI help in some cases? Look at travelers. Okay, travelers is score int. I don't have. Do I have travelers? Isn't that where I went wrong? Okay. So to look at travelers, I want to see where it's using analytics. Okay, we have so I don't have travelers. That's one thing we have seen, but it has analytics. I don't have I have analytics. Okay, travelers score. Okay, and then so only that my its analytics is lowercase, has only one letter uppercase at beginning, title case, and this one is all. So I have to remove mine. So you see, its type of travelers, it quoted travelers. Okay. May, instead of quoting travelers, I quoted score because I was thinking of the value. Okay. Then and yet the actual score is the value for traveler. Okay. So this has to go away. Okay. So you're saying this. Instead of saying score, this was supposed to be travelers. This is an oversight. I didn't see. It's supposed to be travelers, not score. So yeah. Now you get the gist of it. Why it beat me, hands down. Okay. Not hands down, but I think I tried. So I can remove this. Okay, I'll only remove this, leave this comment. Okay, this can be optional. Let me see this. Let me assume this can be optional so that readers can know. Then we compare the main objects. Okay, for it called it location. Okay, me I call it airport city search response. I think I'll just leave it that way. Okay, so you see type. Okay, subtype, name, detailed name. Okay, so all these are the same. ID, ID. Self field equals, yeah, alias is important actually. I didn't, okay? So they beat me. Time offset. IATA code. Geocode. These are all the same except for this one which should have been lowercase and it should have been also optional. Yeah, so I can simply do this, copy this, okay? Delete this, okay? There's no need for this comment. Anybody who knows Pindatic and FastAPI should know that this is optional, okay? Remove this and rename this to Airport City Search Response, okay? That's why it's good to know what you're doing so that you can refactor your code the right way. I don't know what you guys think, but this is what I think it should be. Okay. Then I can come here, remove location, then copy this, go to the bottom, okay? Change this to Airport City Search Response, save it, okay? Yeah, so I think we have something better. Today I've done better implementation. I have a response model, okay? I have my Redis, the caching layer working, okay? We have the next level Amadeus and some exception handling, but there's some more exception handling which has to be done, something more concerning, okay? So logging, rate limiting. Yeah, this thing is far from done, okay? Not really far, but yeah, we've moved. Just to show you, if I go to the automatic docs, okay? See, we've come a long way. We have some endpoints, a number of endpoints. Probably maybe they're almost 10. Okay. Building blocks slowly by slowly. But look at them. Almost 10 endpoints. Okay. So we've come a good way. So I can test again. Looks like the cache has expired. So it has worked. Okay. So the response validation has passed. If I hit type send again, you see now it is faster. Why? We're getting it in milliseconds because it's coming from the cache. So everybody, thank you for learning with me. Thank you, Daniel, for helping me out. I appreciate you. Thank you, Heath from Nepo. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Heath. Thank you, Linus. Thank you, Jericho. Thank you, Harish Krishan, and everybody else. I know there are some people who watched at the beginning. At some point, I saw 10 people watching concurrently, but I know you may not have mentioned your names, but I appreciate. And yeah, thank you for building along with me. Let's meet in the next stream where we'll be, doing something better. And like I told you, we shall be building the backend. Time will come, we do the DevOps backend, and of course we shall get done with the backend like that, while doing everything required, and then we shall have the integration very soon. So thank you for learning with me. Bye for now, and share this with everybody that you know and in your network. And if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this later, please do subscribe and share it.